Hello, welcome once again to Live with Monica, the pop-up interview show. And we have amazing guests who will come on just for a few minutes to let us know what they are doing, what nonprofit, what business, just give us an idea of what you're working on. So we're delighted joining us is someone's going to share all about how we can give and meet the challenge. We're joined by Dawn Bradley-Fletcher. Dawn is the CEO of New Orleans Women and Children's Shelter. Dawn, thanks for being with us on Pop Up Live.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, wonderful. We're going to talk about not only New Orleans Women and Children's Shelter, but a big week that's coming up, National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. What happens during this all important week?
So, Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week, it starts this November 17th through the 23rd. And it's just a time where we join other organizations nationwide honoring the week. It's an annual program. It's developed to draw attention to it's an annual program developed to draw attention to problems of hunger and homelessness. So it's drawing awareness to an ongoing problem.
Well, that's what we're all about with the pop-up interview show, is to bring awareness to some very important issues. In a nutshell, what do we, not only as New Orleanians, but people around the country, need to understand about hunger and homelessness, and how should we be aware of what needs to happen?
So it's definitely an issue that is ongoing. For us, we make sure that our families who are coming into shelter, we're addressing the issue of hunger and homelessness. When you come into shelter, we're providing our families with everything that they need. We're more than just a shelter. We want to make sure that they have all the necessities, and food is one of them. So, it's important our families get nutritious meals and have nourishment just like everyone else. So we want to make sure we draw attention to that. And we're asking, folks to support us in doing so.
So, Don, how can people support? I know we have the week coming up and the building awareness, but how can people, particularly in this area, New Orleans area, support?
So we ask for folks to log on to any of our social media outlets. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. We have a website. It's www.nowcs.org. They can give to the shelter that way. But we're on every social media outlet.
Wonderful. So there's also going to be this week of giving and matching gift challenge. What's the challenge about?
So we have an anonymous donor who will match any first-time gifts up to $20,000. And that is in honor of Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week. So we're excited about the donor, and we're even more excited about new donors given to the shelter.
Great. So how do you support, and because again, I think one of the things is that you have a new facility. So tell us about the new facility and how did it all come about?
Yeah, so we opened our doors in 2007, and we were able to serve about 20 families at that time. In 2014, we moved to Central City. 2016, we expanded our services to serve not just women and children, but men. Also, present day, we bought a new facility. So we're now in Mid-City. We are the largest facility in the city of New Orleans who are not just serving women and children, but intact families.
Talk a little bit about the challenge that it has been for intact families, because we think about moms don't want to leave their kids, but then we know, what about the entire family? How challenging can it be to keep families together?
It is a challenge. And what we were finding, moms were being referred to shelters, of course. If they had a boy in the family over 12 years old, he had to go somewhere else. So you're breaking the families up. We were finding dads coming around to the shelter, visiting with families. So for us, we were like, we have to solve this problem. We cannot separate mom from her kids. And then we realized the problem was even bigger. There's dad sometimes in the picture. And a lot of times, Monica, you have a dad with kids. So where do they go? What do you do with that? So it is absolutely a challenge when you find out they're sleeping in their cars, they're living under the bridge. So we expanded our programming to make sure that we accommodate anyone who identify as a family.
When it comes to hunger and homelessness and being aware, do you think we've made some ground or made some efforts in that area? Or do people really don't pay attention to who is considered hungry and who is considered homeless?
I think the face of homelessness can be very tricky. You never know a situation that people are in. For us, we are tackling the problem head on. It is something that I think people don't realize is it's a bigger problem than we are aware of. Like food insecurities throughout, the city, and when you're working with homeless families, it's a real problem.
So why do you do this work that you do? You're the CEO, and you really have been pushing for efforts to help intact families. But tell us a little bit about why this work really is important to you.
I have a story. I can go on and on with the story. I don't think we have enough time, but in a nutshell, I think that, I was put here. The Lord, God has had this plan for me from the beginning. Every job that I've ever had in my entire life, I feel like it has prepared me to do the work that I'm doing today. I work under a team of social workers in every position I've ever held. And I was a sponge just learning and taking in everything that I needed to know to do the job I'm doing today. So for me, I care about homelessness. I care about people. I care about families. And I enjoy helping people. So for me personally, I enjoy doing meaningful work. And that's what I'm doing. I'm helping to break the cycle of homelessness and make sure that families and children, more importantly, are safe. So for me, it's rewarding.
That's wonderful. And again, how can people be a part of the Matching Gift Challenge, particularly during this week of giving?
So anyone can be a part of the Matching Gift Challenge. We're looking for donors to log on to the website. And again, it's www.nowcs.org and sign up to give. You can simply click donate. And from there, you're entering your contact information. Any amount will help. Believe me, it doesn't matter how big or how small, but we are very appreciative, and all of the donations are going to support hunger and homelessness and our shelter families. So again, we're on every social media outlet. If you log on to Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, if you put in New Orleans Women and Children Shelter, we will come up.
Right. And again, if you just would like to maybe reach out by email, it's info@nowcs.org. And thank you so much for being with us on Live with Monica pop-up interview show. You've been boots on the ground for a very long time, and I salute you and support you. And I thank you for doing that, because oftentimes we don't know the work that is being done consistently, persistently, with determination. So thank you so much, Dawn, for being with us on the pop-up interview show.
You are welcome, and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Been a pleasure. And thank you all for joining us, and join us soon as we have another amazing organization or person or entrepreneur doing some amazing thing in our area. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.